Alright, and welcome to the Patreon video for Harry Potter Philosophy of Love and Death. So, I want to start with saying that it was a difficult video to make. So, originally I was planning to focus primarily on like one movie or one book. Because that would be, editing wise, that would be easier because there wouldn't be like 7 or 8 films and 7 books to build my argument around and to edit from. Which is a lot of material to go through. But unfortunately, I think almost all the papers I read uh, were on themes in Harry Potter that that are seen in all the films and all the books. So I decided that I had no choice to make an overlapping argument that would be based on all the books. And of course I wanted to focus on the books because they're a lot deeper and a lot even better than the movies, but of course I would need the movies as video material to support my arguments in the video. And this resulted in kind of funny problems. For example, in the video I make an argument about the dead that come back in Harry Potter in some way or another to the world of the living, and not being happy there, and not belong on Earth anymore. So one of the arguments I wanted to make, that was in the book, in book 5, when Sirius dies, Harry goes to Nearly Headless Nick and asks him if Sirius might come back as a ghost. Upon which what's he called? Nearly Headless Nick tells Harry that most wizards move on after they die, and that only few come back, and most of them do so because they are afraid, and a lot of them regret it in some way or another, including himself. But of course, this argument, this wasn't in the movie, so I couldn't make this argument supported by video from the movies, because the only material of Nearly Headless Nick in the movies is the ghost being quite happy and floating through the Great Hall. So yeah, so that's kind of an interesting example of the problems that I ran into. So a couple of points I want to make that I couldn't make that I didn't make in the video. For example, was that a lot of Christians responded to Harry Potter very negatively. I read some people on the internet that wrote that they couldn't read Harry Potter when they were younger because their Christian parents wouldn't let them, and that they started reading the series when they were older, and then they loved it, of course, and didn't understand why they couldn't read it, which was quite surprising to me. I mean, in the Netherlands, religion is throughout the years becoming more and more, or less and less irrelevant. No, more and more irrelevant. Sorry. So yeah, we never really had that problem here. I mean, I think that the whole of the Netherlands just read Harry Potter. I think maybe a couple, but it wasn't so much a problem here as in the United States, where I think religion and Christianity still plays a bigger role in society. Oh yeah, and there was also an argument in the paper I used about a connection between Islam and Harry Potter, which was quite an interesting connection that I didn't make in the video. The writer refers to the notion of barzakh, if I'm pronouncing that correctly, which comes from the Islamic teachings and means a veil or barrier that stands between two things and which does not allow the two to meet. So the connection she made was with the kind of feel in Harry Potter 5 at the Ministry of Magic, where Harry hears whispers from behind it, and also Luna, because they both have experience with people dying. So that was the feel that separates the living from the dead, and of course Sirius, when he dies, falls through that feel and disappears. And so that connection comes from an Islamic notion, but I decided not to make that argument because I think it's quite incidental, and I think that the chances that J.K. Rowling actually was aware of this, I don't know, maybe she's very aware of Islamic teachings, but I think it's I don't think she does. Oh yeah, and another thing is the notion of Horcrux and where that word comes from, which was, according to the paper, came from the French and Latin words for outside and soul. So the French word for outside is dehors, and soul in Latin is crux. So dehors crux became Horcrux, and that is literally from French and Latin means outside soul. So yeah, that's a couple of points that I wanted to make, and I think that's about it. I wanted to keep this video as short as possible, and Thomas' video is coming up soon. He's doing Casablanca, but he's not doing so much. He's not doing so much an analysis of Casablanca itself as that he is explaining, using Casablanca as an example, how video of a film analysis actually works. So that could be quite interesting. So yeah, we'll see you next time.